Hito, halo, apa kabar semuanya? Today we are going to do our podcast in a dual language. One is in English and another one is in Bahasa Indonesia. Actually,
Selamat pagi,
no.
selamat malam.
Selamat pagi, selamat malam, or selamat sore if you're listening during your lunch break or your mid-lunch break or whatever break you have during the midday. It's a terrible joke. No, we're not gonna review in Indonesian. All right, so Billy here. Say hello.
Hello.
So he has somehow dug through the graves and well, actually no, I think you basically dug through like some dumpster somewhere, and you found out this hidden gem, which actually you can literally find it on Netflix, even though the poster that we have.
Pretty sure it's not everywhere around the world.
I'm pretty sure it's not, but at least because the thing is like we're not in different countries, right? Because you have like your own thing going on, and
yes, I'm in Indonesia right now.
Yeah. So obviously, if you're in Indonesia, you can definitely watch that. But if you're not, if you're, well, let's say, somewhere in New Zealand or Australia, I think you can see this. But I'm not too sure how.
So.
I'm not sure how long it will stay up there, because, what's the thing called? Copyrights? Well, no copyrights. Yeah. I mean, like, because like Netflix has bought some rights with different movies, and every movie has like a time limit of how long can they stay in Netflix. So hopefully this movie will still be here for maybe 2 years at least, give or take. But yeah,
It's the fate of artsy movies.
Yeah, it's the fate of artsy movies. Actually, the thing is, even last time I'm actually in the middle of watching Mad Men, right? I think I'm around in season 4 at that time, and then literally when I was in the middle of watching it, on the top right it says Mad Men will no longer be on Netflix by 26 on May or something, and I'm just going, what? So where am I supposed to watch this then? And then when I looked up, they're moving to Amazon Prime. Okay. Whatever, but I'm actually almost done with Mad Men. It's a pretty long show, but that's a story for another time, because we want to talk about this one. In Indonesia we call it seperti dendam rindu harus dibayar tuntas.
Yes.
What's the English title? What is the English title?
Mine. All others must pay in cash.
Yeah. That sounds stupid. It doesn't translate.
No idea what's that about.
It doesn't translate at all. Like, it doesn't even. It's not even close to the actual translation.
Yeah, like it doesn't. The first two lines doesn't actually feels like they're joined together very well. Like, yeah, the revenge is yours, but like, why others must pay you? I suppose if it means like
Why not just call it like revenge and payback?
Yeah,
it's so easy,
like,
so simple.
I want you to pay in revenge. Everyone else pay in cash. I don't know. I think that would sound better.
No. I was thinking that, okay, if you wanna, honestly, even the Asian title is a bit too long. But then again, because this is adapted from an actual book which has the same name, so I don't blame them. But I think if you translate it, I think it's okay if you keep it somewhat shorter. So something in the lines of like revenge, with the taste of payback, or something like that, just to give it a bit more. So it's not too far from the actual translation, but also it works as well even in English, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm just
here's my take
nitpicking.
on it, right?
Yeah.
My take on the translation will be like vengeance. Love must be paid in full. Maybe?
Yeah. That could work too. Even though I actually never like long titles from movies. I never like that. I don't understand why that's even
Okay.
necessary.
But do you understand the actual source of inspiration?
As in what?
Like the title.
Not really.
Okay, so this is more of an Indonesian thing, right? But in
Yeah.
Indonesia, for some reason, truck drivers like to write random ass quotes on their truck, like
Oh.
"Doa ibu menyertaimu, mother's prayer will always be with you."
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I see now. I see now.
If you go home, they'll be angry. If you don't go home, they'll be worried. Like does have random crap, so it does
Okay.
embody that kind of like
Yeah.
So basically it really embodies that kind of like truck codes, like truckers code,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, like it's the title of the movie literally was put on top of a truck, right? That's how the opening goes.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I do want to mention this to our audience, right? Spoiler alert, or rather, warning.
It's a
This
podcast.
movie is R-rated.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it's very R-rated.
How you say this? For a film from Indonesia, this would probably could pass as NC-17. If
What's
huh?
What's NC-17?
Oh, you're not familiar with rating system. Okay.
Wait, is that where is that?
I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm not sure for Indonesia, right? But the one I'm familiar with is the American rating system, the MPAA. So you have the most the most extremist ones called X, just pretty much porn, right? Mostly is porn, but you also got some actually pretty really good movies from like there's this one movie from with Dustin Hoffman. You know the famous the famous line is like, "Oh, hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here." Yeah, that's X-rated. Oh yeah, American History X is also X-rated too. Right, just really it all comes together. Yeah, so that's the most exploitative kind. And then underneath you have R. You have like Deadpool. You have Logan. The more usually the more of the actually no sorry before R you get NC-17. Yeah, NC-17 is somewhere between X and R. So that's okay. NC-17 movies like Shame. Okay, I think that's NC-17. It's because it's a film about a guy who is addicted to sex. Right. There's obviously a lot of bodies in the film. And I'm not sure what's like another example. Maybe if I'm mistaken, I think Blue Valentine is also NC-17 if I'm mistaken. But yeah, that's NC-17. So yeah, when you see that rating, there's definitely gonna be some nudity, like 100%. Maybe not a lot of blood, but for sure nudity and sex. Yes, it's very for sure. Then there's R at the bottom. R usually is it usually comes to like blood, right? A lot of blood, more of a graphic. Maybe not so much with the nudity and the sex part, but yeah, like the more blood you have, the more emphasis. Then then you definitely will be getting an R. Then you have PG-13, which is what most blockbusters are trying to aim because they're trying to appease as many audiences as they can. Then you have at the bottom, I think it's called I'm not sure if PG is still a thing, as in just PG and not PG-13.
But
yeah.
I think it's like I get the point, right? Okay, but interestingly enough, right, I should say that technically there is no nudity, but whatever that's being implied, it's very dark. It's not just like simple, like look, they have sex scene and then it's censored out, but it has much darker implications.
It's usually
viewer be warned, and I suppose we will throw the R word a lot later.
Usually NC-17 there's actually rape is quite somewhat common to that kind of content would definitely get you an NC-17. Sometimes you get an R though, but then it depends. If it's implied, if it's an implied rape, you might get an R, but there's a bigger chance you might actually get an NC-17 instead, which most directors and creators don't want to do it, like don't want that, because it does limit your market, right? It limits your market, and it's just not really a good thing. For if you're trying to at least make some money back, you know.
All right. Anyway,
but yeah, sorry if I'm rambling about this, because apparently not a lot of people actually are familiar with this kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm just pointing out there. I don't know what rating it is, but it's okay. So, what is this movie about, bro?
Well, actually, I was about to ask you that just because I'm the one who recommended you this movie this time.
Ah, okay. So, according to Wikipedia, this film is a 2021 black comedy action drama film.
It's a black comedy. Where's the comedy? It's weird.
I guess
the whole thing's weird.
Oh, okay. Now I get why they refer to it as a black comedy. Okay. It's directed by Edwin, right? And
That's his name.
Yeah, that's just Edwin. Funny enough, right? I've actually seen another film from him. I think a year ago. It's called 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪. What's that thing called? So like there's this film about a bunch of people, a bunch of these young millennials. They just go around Indonesia and just pretty much eat a bunch of cuisines. 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸. Yeah, there you go. That's also another movie by Edwin. Don't watch it. It sucked, because the whole film is literally just people eating food. It's really good food though, I won't lie. But if that's the only thing you want to see, then go ahead. But I kind of do want a little bit of character, a little bit of drama, a little bit of just conventional conflicts that I usually see in my films. I don't get that, so I wouldn't recommend to people. But yeah, I don't like that film. I like this one though. I do like this one.
No, I mean I can definitely tell, right? Because you always pick the most artsy bullshit movie, and then here you go. It's like it's artsy, it's bullshit. It's also no. When I say bullshit, not in in the derogatory sense, but it's just really throws you off the guard. So anyway, what's the premise of the movie, Wilson?
Okay. Oh wow! Even the Wikipedia just pretty much have 2 lines just to summarize the whole thing. It's like, no, it's not just that. No. All right, let me just try to put this into words. You have a guy, the main character, right? What's his name again? Ajo.
Right,
yeah, Ajo. He has a problem with I'm just gonna say it. He has a problem with erection. Okay, he has a genital issue, which is just kind of
important.
Honestly, yeah, he's important. Just kind of actually, it's pretty sad. Honestly, it's really sad. Because he found somebody who he's really interested in. Her name is 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪. 𝓟𝓚 is how can we describe this woman? She is
a fighter.
She's a bit of more of on the tomboy side, I guess, if that's even still a term we use these days.
Look, I mean, like both of them literally beat each other up before.
Yeah. As in one of their first encounters, right? Just really weird. It's very weird. It's a very weird way to start off your it's a really weird first date. I'm just gonna say that. Not the kind of first date.
You call that a date, or
I call that a date. I would call that a date. It's a very interesting date. I would not recommend people to do that though. But to each of their own. You have that, then they got married at some point, but the thing is, because this guy cannot, well, you gotta get erect, and also he cannot, ejaculate, so means no kids, right? It sucks. So
but not only that though, basically like he expressed his frustration by fighting, right? Because that's the whole
oh yeah,
I think that's the first arc. It's just basically he keeps fighting other people. right? Just causing trouble, and like Ajo wants to fight. That's basically his calling.
But it's a bit strange because the first act it does focus a lot on his side, but then for some reason, when 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸 gets pregnant by by her again, I'm gonna say anyway, she got pregnant by her ex-boyfriend, right? Am I
Man,
wrong?
that fucking scene, it's so like it makes me really uncomfortable because it was preluded by quote unquote consensual. Like that's a big air quote.
I think no. So basically, what happens is because the thing is that obviously these two
so many things happen. By the way, like I feel like me and Wilson telling the story, it doesn't do it justice. It's like it's something you have to be watched.
Okay. Let's just focus on this part only. Like we'll just get through it one by one, if we got time. But yeah, one of the main aspects is she and Ajo, obviously they want kids, right? Like it's pretty obvious.
No, that's not it.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's implied. Because if
maybe
not,
it's implied because there's the census. Yeah, like there's the scene with the census, right, where she was being interviewed for it. But I don't think that's a problem.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, there's sort of implied.
There's a scene there where she actually went to like a local clinic, or like
I don't think it's a local clinic. The lady visited them.
Oh yeah. But basically, what happens is, like this nurse just pretty much tell her that you're having trouble of getting pregnant and something like that. Is it?
No. She's not a nurse. I think she's just like a government official. Like, hey, are you planning to have kids? This is just for statistic purpose or something. But okay, I think I have a feeling. I think you misunderstood what the context of the scene, right? So, I think after that census scene,
yes,
and then somehow the story goes back in time. Remember the scene? Okay, I'll get out with it. So somehow the story actually had a I won't call it flashback because it's nobody's memory. It's just like it shows the scene from 8 years ago of a woman being raped during a full an eclipse, and then there's a kid who was kidnapped, but at that point we don't know what's happening. And then she said oh yeah, those two bastards, right? We need to catch them. But Ajo said nah, it's okay, it's in the past. And then 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸 actually went to her ex-boyfriend to find these two bastards. But it's heavily implied that her payment to get this bastard is for her to have sex with him. I think that's my interpretation. Honestly, this movie is really open to interpretation.
Actually, you're right. She because the trade is so, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't have money, right? So what happens is they
I don't think money matters with that guy. That guy is just have his ego bruised because Ajo got 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸 instead of him.
True. But what happens is that 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪 wants this guy to basically be her own private investigator, which which she didn't even do at all. She didn't do any kind of work within that field at all. But what happens is so the deal is he goes to investigate to find these rapists.
These two rapists,
these two rapists, while the trade is sex, pretty much, which is a very very weird and very uncomfortable. But I think what makes it a bit what actually amplifies the scene much more is the way it was edited and pretty much stitched together.
Yeah, because it's also a flashback between them, right?
Yeah, it's a flashback between them when they're still somewhat dating, kind of.
Honestly, this movie is there's a lot of things that didn't make sense. So I had to talk to my sister because she went through the interview and read and not read the source material because it's original novel, by the way. But at least she's more familiar with it. And then yeah, so basically I don't think they're dating. They're just like part of this same martial art group or something.
Oh. So that means in the original book they're in a martial arts club then?
No, yeah, sort of. Actually, yeah, I think the movie doesn't. I think the movie hint at it passingly, but I don't think it's elaborated further.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not very
So
clear, but whatever it is, right? Whether they're dating or not, I don't think that's a point. But what happened in the flashback, right, is that it seems that Booty, right? Booty is the it's like her ex question mark, I guess. Sort of like wanted sex with her,
yeah.
and then he kind of forced her while still claiming like, "Oh, I'm not him. I'm not the teacher that raped you when you're 11 years old." That's so uncomfortable.
Mm.
Remember that? And then like she did it anyway. Like she did it with him, but like there's this sense like it's not fully consensual.
Yeah.
And like you can see like he covered his eyes. It's like so many.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like that's messed up.
Wait, is that the flashback or the
Both
timeline?
happened.
Oh yeah,
It happened in the flashback and
True,
in the
true.
current time.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. I think when I saw that, I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Fuck, man, it's just fucked.
It's like can we at least go? I don't know. I'm gonna see a bit of more of the John Woo kind of fight scenes, you know, like any explosions, any more wholesome, more wholesome stabbings and blood and gore, something I'm more familiar with. Like no, not at all. It's just like ironic because I think at this point, right, I'm already getting pretty used to seeing like these kind of violence on screen. Well, yeah, because of thanks to John Wick, thanks to Logan, thanks to all of these. Actually, thanks to Hollywood for making violence
Balance is beautiful.
for us audience it just makes it just we're just desensitized at this point. So that's why for some reason I just wanted to explore of the more grotesque, more of the like the more undergroundy like cinemas from like Europe, like let's say I Spit on Your Grave, things like that. Well, I Spit on Your Grave is it's still messed up though, because because the film is literally about a girl getting raped by a bunch of guys and then her taking revenge. But that's actually a very simple plot, right? So the whole movie is literally about that. Okay, it's really that simple, and whether I like it or not, honestly, it doesn't really matter. But this one here,
and then you have a very multi-layered story here.
Yeah, you have so you have plot A, you have also plot B with what else?
And they're all freaking intertwined.
And they're all intertwined because there's a prostitute, is it? Or she is like pretty much a victim, a rape victim.
Who are we talking about? Honestly, like
the girl with the girl with those shaved eyebrows, I believe.
Oh, you're talking about the human / ghost / phenomenon / hallucination question mark?
Oh, you thought she's a hallucination, huh?
I have no freaking idea. Like, it's so unclear. You see how she disappeared from scene to scene?
Yeah, true.
It's like that's the thing. Like, I've tried to read up about it, and the thing is, even the actor who portrayed as her, right? Even she said that she's neither human nor a ghost. Like, that's the thing. The question. No, I don't think that's what she said. She said that the answer is not clear whether she's a human or a ghost or whatever she is.
I think my interpretation from what's shown is she was a human. Somebody actually killed her, and then that's
but
pretty
that's the
much
thing. Like,
her
is she
spirit.
the woman who was raped at the beginning? Is she? Is she a ghost? Is she a relative? Who is she? Nobody knows.
I'm pretty I have a feeling it's a high chance it is that person, but I could be wrong. You know, this is this is why like the film is just you cannot really summarize it very easily. I mean, if you can, I will definitely pay you $50 because I'm really struggling to do that now. I'm not sure for your end, but yeah. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I think we're just knocking ourselves to the point that we don't really know what else to say about the plot. Unless you have anything else to say. I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about how we feel about the movie.
How do we feel about it? Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't know why you sound like I don't know why you sound like my psychologist, but I guess I'm gonna say it anyway. So the film, okay, I'm gonna use words, just one word at a time to describe it. One thing is uncomfortable, that's for sure. A little bit aroused, I guess. A little bit.
What?
A little bit.
I mean, like
but not for the reasons you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a weird fascination for certain things. No, like don't question me. But so there's that, and then there's also a bit of because it did mention in Wikipedia as a black comedy. I actually did laugh in some scenes. They're quite funny.
No, I mean, like what?
Especially in the beginning part. Like that's a pretty kind of a hilarious.
What do you think about the ending where remember the ninja suddenly like run out of the sea and like somehow run in the middle of daylight but nobody sees her and then like she just killed
yeah. That is
like, what the fuck was that? I was laughing, but what?
That is very Tarantino. That is super duper Tarantino influence. I'm 100%. This guy watched a lot of Tarantino films. I'm pretty sure he's a fan at some point. So
yeah, so well done, but at the same time, what the fuck though?
Yeah. What else do I think? A bit of joy, because Itong she's able to take revenge on these rapists. You know,
but she gets arrested.
These evil men. Hey! What matters is justice. You know, justice. For the greater good of humanity. You know, that's why you got
raised from above.
That's why you got Captain America being arrested as a fugitive in Civil War. You know, it's all for the greater good, right? Yeah. So there's a bit of patriotism in some certain aspects. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say for my feelings. I don't know. I'm super conflicted. I think that's the best way I can say is conflicted.
Oh yes, I do agree. Conflict is like the pinnacle. It's like the core theme of the movie. No, I think the core theme is like I feel like something about masculinity, isn't it? Like I have a feeling this movie is trying to say something about masculinity. Like masculinity, I guess.
Masculinity, but to the point of I think it does show the. So there's the good kind of masculinity, you know, like having a I guess the good one is you get married to somebody, and then you stay committed, but the movie is not. But the thing is, the characters are not really that committed. But it does. Okay, I think one thing for sure.
Actually, that's
They
the thing, though.
did.
Speaking
Yeah.
of commitment, right?
Yeah.
You just to make sure something, just to ensure something, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you know who was the boy who got kidnapped within the rape scene
Who's
like
that
many years
boy?
ago?
Who's that boy?
It's actually Ajo.
Oh no.
And apparently, what happened, right, is that those two rapists actually, for their sick sense of humor, they actually forced Ajo to put himself inside the woman. So that's why he had
Oh.
impotence because of the trauma.
Oh,
So that's the thing.
that's
You're right.
why.
It's something about justice, and that's the thing, right? Ito does all of this thing, even though Ajo wants to forget about it. Ito had to cheat on him, to sleep with Woody, trying to find hope to find these two rapists. It failed, but fortunately she got help anyway, and then she killed these two rapists for him, all for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, though. Like that's
Unconditional love.
yeah, an unconditional love, I guess. But
Unconditional
still, like, what
love.
the fuck, conflict, and like, how to put this? This is like the best case where, like, the best example for break his heart to save him or something. But still, like, what the fuck? It's so multi-layered. I suppose like has a bit of a female empowerment. But and I
Yeah.
think
A
in a
bit.
good way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like this is actually a strong female character. And like, sometimes I watch other people rant about.
Ray Skywalker.
Now
Mm.
that's why I call her sacrifice and stake. But even though in the end you can't call her a saint as well.
No.
But,
No.
sorry.
Not by a long shot. No.
No, a long shot.
Um.
And
Mm.
like that's the thing though. There's a lot of undertones, and that's the thing, right? Even though you've watched a movie, you feel like there's a lot of missing pieces in the history. Like, who is this old dude who asked Ajo to kill this other old dude? Who's that old dude? Who's that blind guy? It feels like it's all connected because there's like hidden plot elements sprinkled all over. Like, there's this blind guy in the jail, right? But remember, there was the eclipse many years ago, and then it's clearly stated, like it's clearly shown on the camera of some newspaper clipping and even like excerpt from radio saying that if you look at the eclipse, you might go blind. Is he related? Like so many questions.
Or maybe he's just blind from birth. You know, we never know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that ninja at the end. Why did he kill the uncle at the end? Even though he wasn't shown to do anything. But like there must be a reason. But then there's also so many dialogue. So it's like over time for me, right? It actually feels like like a puzzle to solve.
I think
I
think this kind of film is somewhat similar to those kinds of films that you need to watch more than once. It's like Fight Club or Seven maybe, Sixth Sense. Not Sixth Sense because the movie that's pretty straightforward. Heck, I would even suggest American Psycho. So this
okay, with American Psycho, right?
Yeah.
I think American Psycho is a better example because the other three movies, I have to say that the plot is referring to itself. What I mean by that is that take Seven for example, right? Is that no sorry, wait, hang on, you say American Psycho? Sorry, no, is it Seven?
I said Fight Club, Seven, and well, but the thing is, I took back Sixth Sense because that one
there was a foreshadowing, right?
There was a foreshadowing, yes, and actually the plot twist does make sense. So the thing is that when you watch it again, it's like I see now, you know.
I suppose this is less of a foreshadowing what we have with this movie, right? It's not a foreshadowing. It's just like a bunch of puzzles because, again, like I said, sometimes certain characters' death and like the dialogue doesn't make sense. Like for example, like it's stated so many times, right, that the woman was raped, her husband was shot by a mysterious shooter. we don't know who is that mystery shooter and why, and that's the thing. Like you have to connect all of those dots, and in the end, by the end of the story, right? In the end, it doesn't matter, but at the same time, it does nag me. Like why?
Hey, here's a good example. Blade Runner. There you go. That's that's a good one. Why?
So,
because
you have to piece together the why, right?
Yes. Because the thing is, like in Blade Runner, yes, you have a detective story, you know, your neo noir detective story with Harrison Ford. The name again? Decker? Yeah, Decker chasing down after a bunch of replicants. But then, there's a lot of artsy fartsy sequences sprinkled throughout, because the replicants, the way they act and the way they talk is very unnatural. Even for Android, it's still really weird, you know. And pretty much just the whole movie, when there's how does it strung together, it's just it feels odd. It's nothing like any kind of film that you've seen before. So yes, you have to watch it more than once, right? Yeah, I think that's like the one of the best kind of comparisons that I can make. It's as if you're trying to watch like those kind of movies that you have to see more than once. But for which is I guess it's a good thing. But I have a feeling this film might potentially get a sequel. It might not though, but if it does,
I don't think it is. The story is already good.
It kind of makes sense, because now technically it's not done yet.
Such a Tarantino movie, I should say, because like the ending is not conclusive. For example, like how many Tarantino movies I've watched? Not a lot, to be honest. The ones that I've watched is pretty conclusive, except Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
because you don't know whether he's alive or dead. Like how was it, Mr. Brown?
But I don't think it matters, right? If he's alive or dead, is he?
No, okay, so there's that, and then like in his anger, right, he might shoot Mr. Orange. Wait, have you watched Reservoir Dogs?
I might have seen when I was a kid. I might have to rewatch it again.
Yeah, you should watch it as a kid, but I think it's a good first Tarantino movies.
Well, like, you did watch Mecha Psycho when you're a kid, so we're even, okay. the both movies with the mild gore here and there. Well, not mild gore, but at least gore. But yeah, I want to talk about this one. The oh boy.
What?
I love the acting from everybody here. It's so wow. Especially the person who plays Itung, right? 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪. I've actually seen when I was a kid, I used to see her on TV with on a bunch of these like soap operas, and knowing that she's in this, but the thing is, like, when I was watching this film, I didn't know that that's her. And then when I check her age, she's 42 like this year. I'm like, what the heck? Wow. Woman, what's your
own choreography?
I have a feeling they might have a stunt team for some shots that it's a bit difficult to perform, but I think most of the stuff I think she actually did do it herself. Just still impressive. Because the thing is, one, she's 42. Well, she's 42 is not old, but
it's getting there.
I mean, to be fair, even now I'm relatively young. I'm starting to get some back pains, you know.
You just don't exercise that.
Well, I do have relatives who was also in their 40s and 50s. They also have some back pains like currently. Maybe exercising is one thing, but they actually do exercise, but maybe not as much as they should. But I don't know. But yeah, she's really good in this film. Really, really good. Oh, especially the guy who plays 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪. Oh, wow. You know why? So
I forgot. Like, my sister said something about his actor, right? He played in other movies where he plays as a goody two shoe good guy, I should say, and like here he is like semi rapist.
𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪, that's his name. I've seen a film from him. It's called Masturbate Boss. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. This is also an Indonesian film.
It's a comedy movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a comedy movie. It's like it's actually very wholesome. Honestly, it's the complete opposite of this film. It's wholesome. It's straightforward, and it has a great and it has a happy ending that satisfies everybody. Nobody's killed. Nobody gets hanged from a pole. Nobody gets stabbed to death. No. So the boss. So you have the story of at the now it's just becoming a review about Masturbate Boss. But anyway, I like the movie. So you had the film, but at first this boss is really stingy. He treats employees kind of like crap. But the thing is that he's a bit oblivious to all these things. So you have this new employee played by 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸. Yeah. She goes in this company and then she's actually pretty she gets pretty involved with the boss, and throughout the film the boss starts to become more and more compassionate, and more he starts to realize that, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't treat my employees like shit, the next time I come to the office, blah blah blah. And then yeah, at the end of the film, you know what, he's a changed man. He's a really wholesome changed man who treats everybody.
You can't change much. You're dead, aren't you?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, right. Oopsie, spoiler alert. But yeah, actually, if you get some time, you can literally just Google him, Masterpin Boss. I'm not sure if it's makeup, and even if it is, I think you still have to somehow put on some weight, because him playing as a boss, right? He looks like the Penguin from the Batman.
Wait, which Batman? The Batman or
the Batman? Yeah. So he looks like he weighs at least 100 kilos above. He's you can say that he's relatively on the obese side, So I'm not sure if that's actually good makeup, or he actually put on some weight and they actually add some prosthetics just to make him a little bit more convincingly obese. But she just completely becomes that kind of oblivious boss who doesn't know what he's doing. But it's a good story. I recommend you guys go watch that one, Masturbate Boss. It's on Netflix too. It's really good. And what else? I don't actually recognize most of the other ones besides those two, surprisingly. But yeah. What else do we want to talk here?
I think that's it, really.
No, we're not done yet. I like the 80s aesthetic here. It's very
it's on point.
It actually captured the 80s, like the more grungy, somewhat tacky clothing. She got the frizzy hairstyles. What else? Even down to the color grading and the way they actually dress up, like the sets. It's pretty genuinely as if it actually came out somewhere in the 80s. Heck, even the poster itself, it looks like it came out from the 80s. Like, well, whoever did this poster, right? Well done. It's really good.
Actually, speaking of the 80s, right? Something that reminds me of, like, like how the central theme of the movie is basically like how women trying to fight the patriarchy or something like that. I remember back in the 80s, we actually used to have some Indonesian horror movies. There's this, like, I would argue I can call it a subgenre or some sort, but
okay.
There's this, like, few movies where there's a female character who, when she was alive, she was abused. In many ways, basically, like, can be slanderized, herself physically abused or whatever.
Oh.
Right? She died, and then she comes back as a ghost to exact revenge.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Like, that kind of movies. Like, I'm sure you have seen at least one or two, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I feel like this is also capturing that kind of 80s aesthetic, like that kind of storytelling.
Have you seen 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸 Buried Alive on Netflix?
Nah, haven't.
No? Oh, okay. Um, so that one is technically a remake from the original one. I forgot. I think the original one is also called Buried Alive, but I don't think they have the word Susanna because I think they put the word Susanna there is kind of just to pay homage to the to the original actress, whose name is also Susanna, right? So yeah, the film is literally is literally about this ghost called 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓸, right? Do you know about that ghost, 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪?
Not really. I've heard of it.
𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽 is so originally it's a mom with who's pregnant with her, is it miscarriage or or somebody actually like took her kids or something. But anyway, I think it's, so she got a miscarriage, and then she's trying to because if anybody has a miscarriage, obviously they're really sad, right? So and I think in this case she wants to, I mean, I might be wrong, I might have to check again, but I think from what I know is like this lady wants to keep the baby for herself, even though it's technically dead. But I think later on somebody took the baby and I think killed the baby. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. Now I remember. So it's a pregnant woman who got actually stabbed in the tummy. So her baby's definitely dead, right? Then the same person who stabbed the baby also stabs her, right afterwards. But the thing is, like, this woman is in mourning, and she's really upset, and obviously she also wants to kind of take well, not obviously. She wants to she wants to curse those people who's trying to hurt her or her baby. So the person, so when the actual person died, then when she came back as a ghost, or whatever entity you call that, then so the ghost actually looks like a woman with a white gown, but the thing is in somewhere in between, basically her stomach area is completely like a hole. So there's a hole, you can literally see through her stomach. It's like you can see the other side of the forest. So that's 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪. I'm sorry if I'm making it more complicated than it is, but yeah, it's literally a woman with empty tummy. As 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽, simple as that.
If you put it like that right off the bat, it will sound less creepy.
It sounds less creepy until you actually look out on Google Images.
Oh, no thanks.
You're welcome.
I mean, that character 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪 from this movie will haunt me in my sleep anyway, with her weird question and her ninjaing off practically anything.
No, I think I'm more creeped out by the eyebrowless lady and stuff like that.
Exactly, that's 𝓟𝓸𝓽.
Oh, her name is 𝓟𝓸𝓽. Oh yeah. Yes. I'm actually confused. Is this person transgender?
Nobody knows. That's the mystery.
Yeah. Because I was trying to figure. I trying to like trying to analyze like this person's face and like her like the person's structure, facial jaws and all that stuff. And I was thinking, I don't think this is really a woman. I don't know why. It doesn't look like a woman to me for some reason.
Here's the thing, right? There's so many things weird about her. She first wake up in a garbage pile. Just happened to find the wrapping that 𝓟𝓸𝓽 gave to 𝓟𝓸𝓽, right? Like I love you, 𝓟𝓸𝓽. And then somehow she was following 𝓟𝓚, and then when 𝓟𝓚 turned around, she disappeared. She ate from the fruit bowl offering for the rape victim.
Oh yeah.
Kind of hinted that she's the rape victim herself. She followed 𝓟𝓸𝓽 for some reason. She knows about 𝓟𝓚 and 𝓟𝓸𝓽's relationship. Can be sort of hinted away. by the paper paper wrap, and then she what do you call it? Yeah, and then somehow she knows about Itung's rape backstory as a kid,
Yeah.
like to a very vivid detail. She disappeared, and then somehow she is somewhere becoming a ninja, and then kill the old guy, even though we don't know why she killed him.
I don't know.
So we don't know.
So many questions, but so little answers.
So many questions.
And we might not actually even get to the answers at all. It's possible. But yeah, would you recommend this film?
Well, not for everyone. That's for damn sure.
No. Maybe if I hate somebody, if I have a grudge against somebody, I might show them this film, and I'm gonna watch with this person together. Because I know they will definitely hate me for me to recommend them to see this particular film from start to finish without toilet breaks. By the way, there's no breaks. You need to go through it in one go. So
how do you know I hate you? That's why I recommend you watching this.
Well. You know me. I've delved into the deepest end of the iceberg to find the most quote unquote family friendly contents. Kind of entertainment, you know. So honestly, this okay, even for me, right? I still feel hello.
Sorry, you got disconnected. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so even for me, right, I do feel pretty uncomfortable and a little bit disturbed in certain scenes, not the whole way through, but for the ones that did it, they did stuck in my head, and I think that's kind of like the intent from the director. So that's that. But I think if I want to, yeah, I mean, obviously I wouldn't recommend to anybody except for the people I truly hate. Just like the film, Seperti Denda. Got my revenge.
But love must be paid too.
Yes. So, next episode, I will tell you. I would force you actually to watch, because the thing is that you're kind of low-key forcing me to watch this. Now I'm low-key forcing you to watch My Name.
All right, fine. I'll watch My Name.
Please. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Sampai jumpa.
Bye.